Yo, what's going on, guys? We'll be talking about the Summer League standouts so far across all the Summer League, Salt Lake City, California Classic, and right now the Las Vegas. But I want to give my honorable mentions, Isaiah Joe and Paul Reed of the 76ers. Both of them, first off, Isaiah Joe is like averaging 20 points per every game, and then Paul Reed looks like a surefire double-double. These guys need to be rotational role pieces for the Sixers. They are dominating the Summer League. And also, Paul Reed was a stud in the G League. Then, Bruno Caboclo. I almost fucked that up. Bruno Caboclo, the man who was 2 years from being 2 years away, is literally looking like a center now. He's a rim-protecting, versatile, switchable center. Ooh, baby, he looks good. Then, we have right after that, Kenneth Lofton Jr., the big boy himself. The man who looks like not Danny DeVito, but Robert De Niro in Shark Tales. That like shark. Kenneth Lofton's just destroying people from Louisiana Tech, showing that size does matter in the NBA because he's going to bully the shit out of you. And also, there's a few other guys. Like I want to shout out the Grizzlies young guy, Santi Aldama, and a few others. Jaden Hardy's had a very surprising start. Michael Mulder has been very good. Neemias Queta has been great. Marko Simonovic has been good. AJ Lawson, Cam Thomas. But let's actually talk about the guys that I want to talk about. Paulo Van Caro has looked like the number one pick, okay? And he has made like savage game-saving blocks. He scored 20-plus points. He had 4 steals. He dished out the game-winning assist. Van Caro is literally looking like a guy who has high basketball IQ and showing that even though defense isn't his strength, he can put a solid effort forward. Yes, he does have 8 turnovers, but look, Orlando has a lot of guards and he doesn't need to worry about handling the rock too much. Armani Brooks, this guy's entering his 3rd season, and he finished out last season with a pair of 10-day contracts, and he ended up getting himself a contract for the training camp, and he's hungry hippo. 25 points in 27 minutes, adding 7 rebounds. Good for him. 6'3", great athleticism. Could be a guy who could develop really good for them. Now, Josh Christopher, a guy who was almost a 2nd round pick, a guy who slid down in the draft into the late 1st round pick last year, around in the 20s. And dude, he was blocking everything. People will talk about that he dropped 19 points and had 9 rebounds and 5 assists, but dude, he was blocking everything. Just block shots. Okay, he's got some niceness to him. Now, also Michael Mulder, who I told you about earlier. Michael Mulder's, 28-year-old who has 4 years of NBA experience. But look, Mulder, who is like just balling out. He's shooting so well. I could see Mulder making it on their roster. As well as, Marcus Garrett. Keep your eye out on him. Jaden Ivey, after being undercut and suffering an ankle sprain, he was looking like a dog. His 2nd straight impressive performance. First game took a second to get downhill. He's been fantastic, though. And also, the first Portuguese-born NBA player played 11 games last year, Neemias Queta. And dude, he's looking like a dominant center who could be a really good guy. Trenton Watford for the Portland Trailblazers, who went undrafted, got himself a multi-year contract. Did he drop 27 points in one game? And I think during last year. But look, he had 17 points and 11 rebounds against the Pelicans. I think it was really good. It was a great performance. And then obviously everybody's talking about him, Keegan Murray. He was a bit inefficient against the Magic, but overall he's been like one of the best players in all of this. Also, shout out Sean Powell for this information. But yeah, the Summer League. Paulo Van Caro, Armani Brooks, Josh Christopher, Jaden Ivey, Michael Mulder, Neemias Queta, Keegan Murray, Trenton Watford. All guys that you guys should be keeping an eye out for. I think these are guys all who could make an impact. Also, Bruno Caboclo, Bruno Caboclo, Isaiah Joe, Jaden Hardy, AJ Lawson, Cam Thomas, Moses Moody. I mean, Cam Thomas has always been good, but you know what I mean. Paul Reed, Kenneth Lofton, Santi Aldama. All guys you should be paying attention to. And yeah, even Poku's had some moments, I'll be quite frank. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Best Summer League plays. I know somebody's going to be pissed that I will not be like, people get pissed whenever I know this is just me being an a-hole, but overall I don't care to put the highlights in orders. I just throw on highlights, and you guys, if they work out, they work out. But some people don't like that. Some people want what they want. Also, Alessandro Paula, who from Italy, I believe it was, he was supposed to be like a top guard, and that didn't come to fruition. But I think it's funny that he's balling out for the Mavs in a way. Alessandro Paula is another guy, so keep your eyes on him. He's been pretty good. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Is there anybody I missed that you think deserves to be talked about? I mean, there's so much talent in here, and you have to understand it. For every roster, unless they're recent draft picks, 10 to 12 guys on those Summer League rosters are fighting for a spot on said team. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Is there anybody that I missed out on that you wanted to hear? I'd like to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. That's basically it for me. I think we're going to wrap it up here. What are we at? We're at 6 minutes. Can we make it to 8 minutes? Can I be an asshole and make this an 8-minute video? Nah, I won't do it to y'all. Or should I?